The Alberta Association for Community Living is committed to ensuring that the hopes and dreams of children and adults with developmental disabilities are realized. Every person with a developmental disability should have a meaningful life in the community. Joe Campbell wanted what we all want. He knew if he wanted to accomplish his dreams, he had to get a higher education. But this seemed impossible for someone in his situation.
It's helpful in the long run. It looks good on resumes, looks good on anything in a career on a form, or looks good on my life too.
Thanks to LACL's support and AACL's partnership with Lakeland College, he was to be fully included at the college.
It's very important that we have an inclusive college and that we collaborate with our community. And one of the things that we really pride ourselves on at Lakeland College is that we are here for all learners.
Then, through AACL's Rotary Employment Partnership, Joe was hired to work at the Service Sports Center, where he is a valued employee.
Joey turned out to be a gem. He is the friendliest person in the world. He is the one staff person that we get just glowing reports from on the weekend. You should make a connection with the Rotary Employment Project. The individuals are spectacular, and they will be bar none the best hire you can ever make.
Yeah, it would be really awesome if people had more opportunities for stuff like this.
The Lloydminster and Alberta Association for Community Living are there no matter the challenge or need. They're changing lives and communities. You too can be part of creating a future where hopes, possibilities, and dreams live forever. Wendy and Marvin Shiner were expecting, and 8-year-old Thomas knew it had to be a baby sister.
He named her early on, very early on.
Yeah.
He refused to pick a boy's name.
Yeah.
It was Emily. He was having little Emily.
He was having a little sister. He was going to teach her to do flips on the trampoline, and, you know, he was going to teach her how to ride a skateboard and ride a bike.
Thomas was right, but life didn't start well for Emily.
When Emily was born, she was put on life support. She had a ventilator breathing for her. She had an array of medical issues, and they didn't expect her to live. We were transferred to Saskatoon.
The Shiners, naturally in shock, did not anticipate what the doctors would tell them.
The doctors kept pushing us to take Emily off life support and let her go. There was all kinds of bad news. She would never breathe on her own. We had a really tough time. I spent every day at her bedside while Marvin stayed back in Lloydminster.
Managing that, explaining to your 8-year-old what was happening was quite difficult.
He had a really tough time with it. Yeah, he would cry lots of nights. When we would put him to bed at night, he would cry. I don't want my baby sister to die.
With no family nearby, the Shiners found themselves very alone.
We spent 2 months in Saskatoon, and the doctors just weren't doing anything for us. They were pushing us to end her life, basically. So we pushed to have her sent somewhere else. I just wanted a second opinion because I didn't feel that what they were telling me was right.
It didn't matter, we just wanted to try.
We were transferred to Calgary Hospital, and all of a sudden things just started turning around. She started improving. The medical care was unbelievable.
The Lloydminster Association put the Shiners in touch with the AACL and a local parent advocate.
We were connected with Karen Bartel. She was just amazing. She helped clarify a lot of things for me, having a nursing background. She wasn't afraid to ask the nurses things where me as a parent aren't things that I would think of, and I was in mommy mode, so all I cared about was this little girl.
She kind of gave you the first lesson in advocating. You don't realize starting out how much you actually have to advocate for your child.
LACL and AACL were the first to offer hope and celebrate Emily's birth.
They believed everything that we believed. We believed that she would pull through this, and there was a quality of life for her, and that they wanted what we wanted. We wanted to keep our daughter, and we wanted a life for her, and they supported us on that.
Suddenly, Emily had to be put back on life support. Once again, the doctors told Emily's mom and dad there was no hope and pressured them to let her die. But with AACL standing by them, the Shiners made the decision to give Emily a chance at life.
I personally think we would have caved to the pressure and signed the documents and let her go and live the rest of our lives wondering if we'd made the right decision.
I think we'll be involved with AACL the whole way through. They're kind of a part of our family. They're like our family. When people don't believe in you, they're there. And so maybe if you're second-guessing yourselves for things that you want, when people start to question, are you doing the right things for your daughter? I think AACL is there to back you up, all the way through. And I think they'll probably be involved in our lives for a long time.
For sure.
Now look at Emily.
She is doing amazing.
Mm-hmm.
She's a big girl now.
Yeah, she's doing everything that they said that she wouldn't do. She walks, she communicates with us. She's started play school in September, so she has friends now, and all the kids at school just love her, and we're out into the community. She loves to go shopping, just like any other little girl. We go buy jewelry and groceries, and she likes swimming. She's just like any other kid.
When Mom had to tell Thomas Emily might not be able to do the things other sisters do, he had something to tell her.
And he said, "That's okay, Mom. I can tow her behind the bike."
Yeah, I can tow her through the park.
I can give her a ride through the park. And right from the get-go, he was like already making plans for adaptations. But I don't think it matters to him at all that she can't do a lot of the things.
Personally, I'm amazed at what the organization does.
They make dreams reality.
8 years ago, the Leacock family brought their third child home, a beautiful baby named Brant. Very quickly, however, their joy turned to concern.
Within days after coming home from the hospital, we noticed that he was having trouble eating. By the time he was 6 weeks old, he was very, very sick, was failing to thrive, and we were sent to see a specialist in the city. We came to find that he had severe silent acid reflux, and he had chronic pneumonia for about 6 or 7 months. We also found out that he was profoundly deaf.
After numerous surgeries to try to correct Brant's problems, he suffered severe complications and almost died. But he prevailed, and at 1 year old, he was ready for another surgery, this time for implants that would allow him to hear.
From a world of silence to every sound, it's hard for us to imagine because we just hear it and don't even think about it. Where every sound, he would be thinking about, what is that noise?
The Leacocks felt lost and alone, uncertain as to Brant's life. Then Kathy discovered the LACL and the possibility of a promising future.
When they ask you about Brant, I just didn't know. The reason I think it was so difficult to imagine Brant's future is you can get so caught up in the moment, in what happens day to day. Thinking about tomorrow, sometimes it's hard. So I think what I was able to do that day in that skills shop is, for the first time, they helped me compare why would you see anything different for Brant.
Today, Brant is a vibrant and active 8-year-old in grade 2.
When it's weekend, I like to go riding and also go biking.
I've learned that he's just a person like everybody else, and he deserves to be treated as an equal person. You confronting different issues when it really isn't in my personality to do that, and I've had to learn how to do it, because who else is gonna speak up for him? But at the end of the day, it's us that'll always be there for him. And so we've really had to learn how to do that, and that's one of the biggest things that the association has helped teach us.
And because of the LACL and AACL, Kathy knows her dreams for that beautiful baby boy will be realized.
I want to be a semi-driver and a bull rider and a cowboy and lots of things to do.